Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I know that it's been a while since I posted a video. I have been doing a lot of inner work and I'm sure you guys have been as well. I thought today would be a perfect day to post a video since today is a full moon, and this full moon is really all about relationships and how you're relating with yourself and others. And I've really noticed in my personal life that this full moon for me has been all about sorry, I touched the mic due to having a mic. Boundaries. I'm learning about boundaries with this full moon, and that it's okay to set them. That it's okay to make people mad, and that it's okay to make people uncomfortable, and that you are not responsible for how you make others feel based on their inner wounds. I have spent years trying to make sure that I hold space for people, situations, and environments because I can empathize. But just because I can empathize doesn't mean that I need to sacrifice myself because I can understand what someone's going through. And so feeling as though I can sacrifice myself to make them feel better. When in reality, maybe their lesson is like my lesson is to, maybe I need to stand up for myself. That's my lesson. And maybe your lesson is that maybe you don't get to talk to people the way that you do or treat people the way that you do. And I'm going to be the one that's going to tell you that that's not okay anymore. And if I have to set a boundary with me, my family, my kids, my husband, myself, then that's okay. And I'm okay with hurting feelings now. And I'm okay with making people uncomfortable. Because to be honest, I've been uncomfortable for a while. I have been making myself small to fit in situations that I don't. And here's the thing, I don't want to fit anymore. I take up space. I take up a lot of space, and that's okay. Because I've learned that the people that love me like the space I take up. In fact, they value my space and they honor it and they encourage me to take up the space that I need that is in my best interest, because I know what's best for me, just like you know what's best for you. And I have been quiet for so long for fear of stepping on toes, hurting feelings, or being the bitch, being the bad guy, being the villain in your story. And this full moon has made me realize that that's okay. That maybe this is my villain era, as she would say. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like Peach or something. She's amazing. It's a song. But this may be my villain era. This is me stepping into my power. And if it makes you uncomfortable, then maybe that's something that you should look at, because I'm not trying to dim your light. I want to hold space for you, but I am also not going to shrink myself for situations that I've outgrown. I've walked away from relationships that I've been in for years, from something very small to that is just added and added and added. And I realized that I can tolerate small things, right? Little things in a bucket every once in a while, totally fine. But after a while, it gets to be the point where it's like, this is heavy. I'm so sick of coming over by you, and every time I come to you, you toss into my bucket, but you never ask if, hey, do I need, you know, some rocks taken out? So here's the thing. I put a lid on my bucket. I turned into the villain. I'm going to be the bad guy. And that's okay. I am not going to be treated less than any longer. So this is my space where I am going to untangle, unravel, and find out what wants to come through me. And I hope that this message finds whoever needs to hear it. And I hope that you know that I see you because I see me. And I hope that you can see you too. So, I just wanted to get on here and just say that real quick before things get started. So, with that, I'm going to pull some tarot cards. And again, this is going to be a space for anything that wants to be brought to light. Anything that wants to talk about. Let's talk about it. The unicorn. You're magical. Actually, let's be real. So here's the thing. I have a hard time reading other people's energy as an emotional 2-4 projector. I don't know if you know what that is. It's human design. As my human design, I'm a 2-4 projector, emotional projector. I do better when I'm sitting one-on-one with someone. But I'm called to pull tarot cards. So when I pull tarot cards, all I can do essentially is pull them for myself. And hopefully this message correlates. So this is me feeling as though this magical experience, right? Like the unicorn's this mythical creature, this magical, maybe crazy thing. And I'm okay with being the unicorn. I'm okay with being the crazy one. And you know what? Honestly, I'm not that crazy in my family, to be honest with you. But I'm okay with being different, and I'm okay with not fitting in. I'm okay with not even being believable, if that makes sense. Some people might not believe what I have to say, and that's okay. I don't need them to, because the people that this resonates with will understand that you're just as magical as I am, right? We're a reflection of each other. So everything that I can see within myself, I can see in you. And we're fucking magical. We are so magical. It's incredible the way that you can start to create your own reality once you understand the magic you have within yourself. So the card beneath it is the raccoon. And to me, the raccoon is, my kids love the raccoon. We love Guardians of the Galaxy. So when I see the trash panda here, I see a raboon. And he is intelligent, but he also wears a mask, right? So the reason for the reading, the underlining card to this is no longer wearing the mask. taking off the mask, coming out of the dark, and understanding that you actually do have the potential, the power, the magic within yourself if you want to believe it. I believe it. Do you believe it? I believe in you because I believe in me. And I know what I've already accomplished. I've manifested my home. I've manifested my jobs, my everything. I mean, honestly, you've obviously manifested every single thing, but intentionally. I've intentionally manifested the home that I'm living in this moment. And I understand the magic that I have within myself. And I just want you to see that you have the same magic within yourself. Take off the mask. Be the unicorn. Be the fucking weird one. It's fine. Who cares? The people that care don't matter. And the people that matter won't care, right? Those that mind don't matter and the ones that mind don't matter. What is it? You know what the hell I'm trying to say. Those that matter don't mind, and those that mind don't matter. So then we have, we got quite a bit in reverse. So we have 3 cards in reverse. The first card was the owl, intuition. Owls can see through the dark. They're very intuitive. They can see, I'm being shown, obviously they can turn their heads. So they have not only the ability to see things in the dark, they are able to see completely all the way around, as well as having incredible eyesight. So then we have the hummingbird, again in reverse. That's high frequency. The whale in reverse. So we have 2 air signs and a water sign coming from our spirit card, but they are all in reverse. So this tells me that obviously we are still feeling blocked. We're still not able to see the intuition, the high vibration, the depths that we're creating. We're still getting there, right? You're still creating it. And that's okay. I'm still creating it. Hi, first video again in a minute. But that doesn't mean that you're still not the unicorn, right? That you still can still see and playing very loud. Okay. This feels it feels kind of like a Virgo as well though to me, because, and the only reason I'm saying that is because there's air and water, and the I don't know why. I just feel this like person sitting on the edge of the water, like getting a download, but she's just sitting there with her feet in the water, connected to both the water and with the wind and with source. Two of Cups. Two of Cups talks about connections that are meaningful, right? That they both fill. Look at that. They're both filling each other's cups. I'm not pouring into yours and you're not pouring into mine without equal give and take. No longer sitting around waiting for shallow relationships. I'm also hearing gossip with the So the whale coming, wanting more depth and connection, wanting intuitive, high vibrational relationships. This talks about moving from shallow 3D societal, hi, how are you doing relationships, and moving into real connection that isn't superficial, that feels that it has depth, it has high frequency, that it has intuition, that it has all of these things that you're longing for, that you're craving in your reality. Because I know I am longing for someone who can hold space to have in-depth conversations without getting triggered or talking over me and feeling as though they need to give me advice without me even finishing my sentence. God, that's infuriating. I'm learning to hold space for people, and not only hold space, but hold space and then ask, do you want advice, or do you want me to just hold space for you? Because I can just hold space without actually doing anything. And sometimes that's all someone needs, is someone to just genuinely listen. I'm being shown Inside Out 2, or no, I'm sorry, it wasn't Inside Out 2, it's Inside Out 1, when at the end, Bing Bong's wagon goes over the cliff, and he's so sad, and sadness comes over, and she sits there, and Joy's trying to cheer him up and cheer him up and cheer him up. And oh my God, that's been me. That has been me for the last few years. Smoking pot and just being happy, right? Like, there's a good side to it. Let's find the positive side to it. Let's find the positive side to it. Joy, 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 joy. Okay, well, let's be real, okay? Sometimes you got to sit with the sadness, okay? Sometimes we have to sit with the sadness all the way through it. You have to own it. You got to cry it. You got to feel it. You got to let yourself emote the emotion. It is energy in motion. That is why it's called emotion. We have to allow ourselves, open ourselves up enough to let ourselves feel without judgment, whatever that feels like, whatever that means for you. Feel the emotion and let it move through you without expectations of how it's supposed to come through. I am no longer wanting gossipy, shallow relationships. And I'm guessing you don't either, because you don't find channels like this with content like this if you're not looking for more, if you're not understanding that there's more out there than just the insane, crazy, whatever the hell is going on out there, right? So I am going to release my fear, my negative self-talk, my old patterns, my old beliefs, the devil, everything old, everything that no longer serves me. Addiction. You had just heard me spit out unintentionally that I smoked cannabis. And I was able to get off a few prescriptions with the help of cannabis, with the intent of getting off cannabis completely. And I have done so, and it has been an incredibly difficult journey. But it has its benefits, but it also had its negative side effects that I had personally experienced. At first, it really helped me regulate my emotions, right? I don't know if some of you know this, cannabis is a feminine plant. And I myself, I'm an Aries. I possess a lot of masculine energies in my chart. And so cannabis for me really helped soften me into more of a feminine state. I was able to hold space. I was able to I was just able to see things from a different perspective without feeling triggered initially. And with that, I was able to hold space longer until I got to the point where, like I said, I started losing my space. I started allowing people to take up my space. I started getting foggy. I just felt like I didn't have any edges, if that makes sense. And without edges, what are you? I didn't know. And so I had to make a choice. And I knew it was a choice that I was ultimately knew was going to come, right? That was the plan. But it didn't make it less of a difficult choice. Because I had given my power to something, whether that is a person or a situation, it's still the same thing. Giving my power and my space to a person, or giving my power and my space to cannabis, alcohol, cigarettes, chew, whatever your thing is, right? Whatever it is. Giving my power away to something was never going to be the final choice for me. I am in control of myself and my power, and learning that if I could do this with the help of a plant, why was I not able to do this without it? And so I had to sit with that. And it was because I could feel it, right? When I was on the cannabis, I understood it. It made sense. But I wasn't necessarily feeling it. I was understanding it. And understanding something and feeling it are two totally different things. And that's where the edges got blurred. Because I could understand so much that I didn't recognize what it was making me feel like. Whether or not my feelings mattered, it didn't occur to me because I understood that the other person was going through something. And so I needed to empathize. I needed to adjust. And that's not the case. Sometimes, and I'm learning actually more times than not, we both have to adjust. And that's okay. But what isn't okay is always being the one to adjust or always being the one to fold. So I am no longer allowing things to manipulate me outside of my control. I am in control of me, and I hope that you understand the power that you have within yourself if you're also, maybe struggling with an addiction or even a negative mindset. So 2 cards came up for me. And I'm going to be honest with you. So we have the Two of Swords and the King of Swords. And the Two of Swords, it has a girl right here, and she is not sure which direction to go, right? I have no idea what to do. I know what to do. Let's be real. And then we have the King of Swords. So the Two of Swords is, when I see this card, she has no idea which way to go, but she has the Black Crows to mirror negative self-talk. She has old programming, old beliefs, all of these things that are tied to her brain. And her eyes are closed, and all she can do is hear. So when the noises get too loud and you can't see what's in front of you, I feel like, what else do you have to go off of, right? Your heart. All you can do is trust. When you can't see and you can't think straight, all I can do is trust that I know that what I'm doing is here to help. And even if it just helps one person, because for me, the Two of Swords is whether or not I'm going to post this video. I've been making videos here and there the past couple of days, and I have not posted them out of vulnerability, to be honest with you. I cried in a video, and I just don't. I don't know, you know? I just go back and forth in my head whether or not this is actually a calling that keeps pulling at me, or if this is just something that I want to do. But the King of Swords tells me that I know that this is what I'm supposed to be doing, even if it's for a moment, even if it's for a short moment in time. So I am going to hold space to see what comes through. And I'm going to share this video as uncomfortable as it makes me feel. I'm going to take my mask off. And I am going to follow my heart and trust that this message finds you who needs to hear it, or me who just needs to get it out. So I really appreciate you stopping by and holding space for me while I hold space for you.